Good to have John Travolta here with us. He has over 50 films and 2 Oscar nominations under his belt. Now he's taking on a dramatic new role in the new movie Killing Season, where he goes head-to-head with the great Robert De Niro for the very first time. Can't believe it was the first time that you and Bobby
all these years.
I know, it's
and
great.
I've known him all these years too.
Oh, well, you two are magic on the screen together.
You
were talking about your dear friend, James Gandolfini, earlier, and you mentioned how you want to be there for his family. He was there when you lost your beloved son.
He was. James went out of his way to come to Florida, and he would not leave Florida until I was okay, or he felt that I would be fine. And after a week, I said, Jim, you can really, we'll be fine. I've got a lot of support here. But the idea that in our profession, someone would go out of their way and not want to leave you until he felt you were okay, that's the kind of soul that James Gandolfini was.
Wow.
He was a people person first, and then everything else.
And you inspired him much the way that Robert De Niro inspired you, because Jim talked about seeing up at your dad's store pictures of you, and you said early on in your career you looked to Robert De Niro, and now you're playing with him.
Yeah, that's how the cycle works, you know. My dad sold tires to James's father, and he would see pictures of me on the wall in different movies, and then he decided he wanted to be an actor. And then when I was younger, De Niro was setting the bar for a higher quality of realism, and so it was in the days of Raging Bull and New York, where someone really became the thing that they were portraying. So he really became a boxer, really became a sax player, and I really became a disco dancer in Saturday Night Fever, because that was the day, that was the criteria to be part of the big boys, and it paid off, because my first movie, I got an Oscar nomination for going the distance like he did.
Well, we see 2 big boys on the screen with this one. Let me tell you, you more than hold your own, both of you. And to tell people a little bit about it, De Niro's character is an American war vet. You are a foreign tourist. You're trying to make us feel that you're a tourist, but of course you are from the Serbian.
I'm Serbian soldier. We're both ex-soldiers, but we're not settled well from our not only our experiences in the war, but our criminal activities within our experience in the war, and so we have something to work out. But he doesn't know that he has something to work out with me. So in the beginning of the movie, I portray myself as just a tourist, and then it evolves.
Oh boy, does it ever?
Yeah, and it's quite dramatic, and it's quite. I think it's an important movie, because we haven't made a film like this since Coming Home or even 4th of July, where we're making an essay on war and what the real truth of this is, and there are no answers in it. And I think these 2 men at the end just find a mirror reflection of each other, and there becomes a little hope in maybe surviving it, but it doesn't. War is not the answer.
No, and it really surprised me, the ending of it. I don't want to give it away, but you said, and we're going to play a clip now from Killing Season, this is when he didn't know truly exactly who you are. He has broken down, and you're just happen to be on this desolate road, and you're going to
and he recognizes this accent from the war, and it makes him a little uneasy. De Niro's character recognizes this Serbian accent, but isn't quite sure where he's from, and it makes him a little on edge, and he's defensive. And then
you're describing this very well. We don't even have to see it came to life. But here is that scene from Killing Season.
May I take a look?
I got it covered, thanks.
But it's no trouble.
No, I just have to tow it into town. So.
But that is 30, 40 miles, no? Please allow me. I drove hack in London for 7 years, and I had no choice but to become an expert on British automobiles.
Really? I don't need any help, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, that accent. I mean, you really were in that role. You'd even traveled to Bosnia. That's right. You even traveled to Bosnia on your own nickel.
Well, being in the fashion of who I was playing with, I said I better do my homework. So I flew to Croatia, Bosnia, and Serbia to study these people, and I recorded many interviews. and I came home with all my homework. I understood a very complicated war. It took lots of time to understand really what it was about, and I'm sure only our news people here would understand it. You know, and then the truth behind the smaller wars is always another interesting story that some of us, you know, think is the real truth. You know, but at any rate, I came home fully briefed on this situation. And then I studied with a Serbian friend, a Bosnian friend, and of course the best vocal coach in the country. So between all these people, the real deal and the support.
So you had the little accent, like I can't do it like you did it.
But you know, you travel.
Oh, travel.
Doing this, you know, the R's get rolled, and you know, it's a very specific accent because it will remind you of that whole area of Russia and Poland, but Serbia, Serbian accent has a very specific ring to it.
Well,
a placement in your voice that in your mouth that has to be just right. So it takes a lot of drilling, but I love doing that.
You love characters. You are a true professional and a true gentleman. And thank you for your thoughts on your friend and for your thoughts with the movie. We really appreciate it.
It's a privilege to be able to express it in public how I feel about James and to be with you. And I'm so happy for you.
All is good. Continued blessings, everything that you have going on.
Oh, thank you.
With your family. Give Kelly our best. And little baby Benjamin, hopefully he's out of the terrible twos by now.
Well, he's never entered them. He's 2.5, and he's hilarious. He's got his own viewpoint. If I say something like, I think it's a good idea for you to take a bath, he says, I think it is not a good idea.
Opinion. I love that.
He's got his support.
Where does he get that from?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Hey, John, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.